Your dog looks happy. Every time you walk in, his tail explodes with excitement. His eyes lock onto you, like you're the only thing that matters. And you smile, because to you, that means he's okay. But what if it doesn't? What if that happiness isn't real? What if your dog learned to act this way just to hide something you're not seeing? Something he's been trying to tell you every single day. And the worst part, you've already seen the signs. You just didn't understand them. Stay with me. Because once you see this, you won't look at your dog the same way again. You wake up. And before your mind is even fully there, before you check your phone, before you stretch, he's already there. Sitting, waiting, not barking, not jumping, not demanding anything from you. Just watching. His eyes follow you like they've been waiting for this exact moment. Like your first movement of the day matters more than anything else in his world, and you smile. Because to you, that's love, loyalty, calmness, good behaviour. But it's more than that. So much more. Dogs don't just see you, they read you. Every shift in your tone, every pause in your voice, every sigh you didn't think anyone noticed. They notice when you're distracted, when you're tired, when you don't feel like engaging, and they remember it over time. Without you realising it, your dog starts learning patterns, not commands, not tricks, but you. What makes you happy? What gets your attention? What makes you pull away? And slowly, he begins to change, not in obvious ways, not in ways you'd question, but in small, precise adjustments. He holds back his excitement. If you seem tired, he stays quieter. If you've ignored him before, he becomes easier, simpler, less demanding. Because your dog doesn't want to upset you. He doesn't want to feel like a problem. He doesn't want to be too much on a day when you have no energy left. And more than anything, he doesn't want to be invisible. So instead of asking for more, he starts asking for less. Less attention, less play, less of you. Not because he needs less, but because he thinks that's what keeps you close. So he adapts. Piece by piece, moment by moment, he reshapes himself around your life, around your moods, around your silence, until one day, the dog you think is calm is actually just careful. Careful not to push. Careful not to annoy. Careful not to lose the connection he depends on. And the most dangerous part, he gets really good at it. So good. You never question it. Because from the outside, it looks perfect. But inside, something has already started to change. Here's the truth no one prepares you for. Dogs don't show pain the way humans do. They don't sit you down. They don't explain what hurts. They don't ask for help in ways you can easily understand. Not because they're strong, but because they're scared. Scared of what happens if they change. Because in their world, any change in behaviour means risk. Risk of being pushed away, ignored, replaced. So instead of showing weakness, they hide it perfectly. You'll see it, but you won't recognise it. Because it doesn't look like pain. It looks like normal. He still comes to you. Still sits beside you. Still greets you at the door. But something is different. Something quieter. Instead of whining, he wags his tail, but not with the same energy, not with the same life. Instead of pulling away, he stays close. Not because he feels safe, but because he's holding on. Instead of showing you something's wrong, he becomes what you want to see. Happy, calm, easy. He performs it so well, you believe it. And that's where it gets dangerous, because every time you smile and say, "Look how happy he is," you reinforce the mask. You teach him, this version of me is the right one. So he keeps doing it, keeps hiding, keeps adjusting, even when something hurts, even when something feels off, even when he needs you the most. Because in his mind, losing himself is better than losing you. And the longer it goes on, the deeper it gets. Until one day, the performance becomes his reality. And by then, the truth is so buried. Even he doesn't know how to show it anymore. And you? You never questioned it. Because from the outside, it looked like happiness, but it was never happiness. It was survival. But no performance, no matter how perfect, lasts forever. Because even the best mask eventually cracks. And your dog? He's no different. The signs are there, small, subtle, almost invisible, easy to ignore if you're not really looking. The tail still wags, but something feels off. It's slower now, less explosive, less alive, like the motion is there, but the emotion behind it is fading. He still follows you, room to room, step by step. But there's space between you now, a gap that didn't exist before. Not physical distance, but something deep. Something emotional. He still looks at you. But his eyes, they don't light up the same way. There's no spark, no instant joy. Instead, there's hesitation, a pause, like he's searching your face, trying to figure something out, trying to read you, before he reacts. Not excitement, not pure happiness, something quieter, something heavier, something uncertain, like he's waiting for a version of you that hasn't shown up in a while. And if you really pay attention, you'll notice the silence, not the peaceful kind, the uncomfortable kind, the kind that fills the space where connection used to be. Moments where he doesn't ask for anything anymore, doesn't interrupt, doesn't demand your attention, not because he doesn't want it, but because he's learned not to. And that's the part most people miss, because it looks like maturity. It looks like a well-behaved dog. It looks easier, but it's not ease. It's withdrawal. It's adaptation. It's a slow fading of who he used to be. And the scariest part? It doesn't hit you all at once. There's no clear moment, no dramatic shift, no obvious warning. It seeps in, quietly, day by day, moment by moment, until those little changes become the new normal, until the dog you see today feels like he's always been this way. And one day, without even realizing it, you try to remember how he used to greet you, how he used to look at you, how he used to be. And for a second, you hesitate, because the version of him that was full of life, full of noise, full of pure, unfiltered joy, feels distant, blurry, almost unreal, like a memory you can't fully reach anymore. And that's when it hits. Not loudly, not suddenly, but quietly. Like everything else, something has changed, and you didn't see it happen. So what is your dog actually feeling? It's easy to call it sadness. Easy to assume he's just a little low, a little quiet. But it's deeper than that. What he feels is confusion. The kind that doesn't make noise, the kind that doesn't break things, the kind that just sits there. Because in his world, you are everything. You are routine, you are safety, you are joy, you are home. Every moment of his day somehow connects back to you. So when something shifts, even slightly, he feels it. When your attention shortens, when your voice changes, when your presence feels distant, he notices, but he doesn't understand. He doesn't know about stress, about responsibilities, about the weight you carry outside his world. All he knows is this: something feels different, and he doesn't know why, so he starts searching for answers, in the only way he can, by changing himself. He tries harder, watches you more closely, waits longer, responds quicker. He becomes easier, less interruption, less noise, less need. He becomes quieter, not because he has nothing to say, but because he's unsure when it's okay to say it. He becomes less demanding, stops asking for walks the same way, stops bringing you toys as often, stops pulling you into his world. And slowly, he becomes less visible, not disappearing physically, but emotionally, fading into the background of your life, not because he wants to, but because he thinks that's what keeps him close to you. And the hardest part, he doesn't even realize what he's losing. He doesn't sit there thinking, I'm changing. He just feels that this version of him works better, gets more of your attention, keeps your mood steady, keeps the bond safe. So he lets go of pieces of himself without knowing he's letting go. The playful version, the loud version, the demanding version, the fully alive version, piece by piece. He trades them in for acceptance. Not because he's okay, not because he's happy, but because he's adapting. Adapting to a version of you that doesn't respond the way it used to. A version of you that's present, but not really there. And in trying to hold on to you, he slowly lets go of himself. And here's what hurts the most. Your dog isn't pretending to deceive you. He's pretending to protect you, to protect the bond that means everything to him. Because in his mind, love isn't guaranteed. It's something he has to keep, something he has to earn. So he tells himself, if I stay good, if I stay calm, if I don't ask for too much, you won't push me away. You won't stop choosing me. And that belief quietly shapes everything he does. So every wag you see isn't always joy. Sometimes it's reassurance. Every burst of excitement isn't just happiness. Sometimes it's effort. And every quiet moment beside you isn't always peace. Sometimes it's caution. Because beneath it all, there's something heavier, something he never shows you. Fear, not loud, not obvious, but constant. The fear of losing you. And the reason you never notice? Because it looks exactly like love. But sometimes, late at night, when the noise fades and the world finally slows down, the act disappears. No expectations, no reactions, no need to perform, just silence. He lies there, awake, still, not shifting, not sighing, not reaching out, just existing in the quiet. And in those moments, there's no wagging tail to convince you, no playful energy to distract you, just truth, raw, unfiltered. If you've ever woken up and caught him staring into nothing, eyes open, but distant, that's not emptiness, that's not random, that's the weight he carries without a sound. Everything he held back, everything he adjusted, everything he chose not to show you, all of it, sits there with him, in the dark, unnoticed, unspoken, but very real. Because when there's no one to perform for, he doesn't have to pretend anymore. And for a few quiet moments, that version of him, the real one, finally exists. So next time, your dog runs to you, pause. Don't react automatically. Don't just smile and move on. Look closer. Not at the tail, but at his eyes, the way they hold you. Or hesitate. Look at his posture. Is it relaxed or careful? Notice the space between his actions, the moments when nothing happens, because that's where the truth lives. Real happiness isn't loud. It isn't just movement. It's presence. It's ease. It's a dog who doesn't have to try. And yours? He might still be trying, harder than you think, still waiting for you to really see him, not the version he shows you, but the one he's been hiding. Before he stops trying at all, your dog looks happy, but now you see the cracks, the pauses, the silence behind the wag. So the question isn't what he feels anymore, it's this. Now that you know the truth, will you finally notice him, or will you keep believing the version that hurts him the least?